no sooner had I been so excited about the whole video thing than everything went to shambles and now we're just doing audio. When I tell you the world is trying to kick me down, but hey, we stop at nothing. Hi, my name is Joy Gwedi and this is All Things People Podcast.
Bounce on that shit, dance, dance. Bounce on that shit, dance, dance. Bounce on that shit, dance, dance. Bounce on that shit, no hands. Bounce on that shit, dance, dance. Bounce on that shit, dance, dance. Bounce on that shit, dance, dance. Bounce on that shit, no.
Let me just be for real. I feel so hurt because I can't do this in video. I've been really enjoying filming this on video. Kwanzaa, it's so much easier to post video content on Instagram and on TikTok of the podcast. And I've really just been enjoying recording the video podcast and editing. It's just been so much fun. But hey, we've got audio podcast this time. It's not that bad, honestly. It's actually super fun if you ask me. I only ever listen to audio podcasts, so I have no idea what perception I've got in my head about how video podcasts do better. I mean, they kind of do, but also audio podcasts do well in general. So I'm not really about to beat myself up for that. But I will be working to get back with the video episodes. But how are you? I'm so excited to have you here on this episode again. Maybe I should ask you to subscribe or follow this page. Actually, turn on the bell so you can get notifications every time I post an episode. But you should know that I post every Tuesday around 3 p.m. So don't miss. Right now, really, before I start talking about the main topic of this episode, I really just want to talk about what my eyes have seen, which is basically a feature that I introduced to this podcast to talk about the things that caught my attention and just caught my eye during the week. Okay. So basically, the first thing that caught my attention this week is obviously the It Ends With Us drama. So if you haven't been online, It Ends With Us is a book written by Colleen Hoover. It trended so much within the past 2 years that they had to make a movie out of it. So now on the book, the main character is Lily Bloom. And I think his name is Ryle. If I'm not getting it wrong, I think his name is Ryle. So basically, Blake Lively gets the part of Lily Bloom, and then Justin Baldoni gets the Ryle part. Now, the drama online is driven by the fact that during the movie premiere and the promotion of this movie, Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively were not seen together. And if that's not enough, basically the entire cast of this movie unfollowed Justin Baldoni on Instagram and other social media apps. And it was so crazy because, okay, you guys might not like each other, but to not be at the same place at the same time during the movie premiere is crazy. They don't have one picture with anyone. When I tell you Justin Baldoni has most of his pictures taken standing by himself, I was the drama is thick. And I want to know. So basically the narrative online is that Blake Lively came into the movie and overtook Justin Baldoni's director role, and she did this with the help of her husband, Ryan Reynolds. Okay, this is so crazy. Justin Baldoni came into this first, and then Blake Lively was brought into this. Now, Justin Baldoni was the director of this film, but the way that things went down, Blake Lively ended up directing the entire film. Isn't that some drama? The narrative online is Blake Lively is only trying to promote her personal brand with this movie, and Justin Baldoni is actually trying to promote the film because his take and his stand is to, bring awareness to everyone that has gone through domestic violence. But with Blake Lively, she keeps making these press appearances. And then she is kind of also promoting her hair brand and her skincare line. And also with this film, she's not really trying to promote it as a domestic violence film. Obviously, the entire book wasn't really about domestic violence, but that was the main thing of it. I'm telling you, this is so crazy. Every time I get online and there's something going on, it's just so crazy to me because I've realized everyone just has an opinion on things. everyone can get online and just make a 10-minute video talking about something that has got nothing to do with them. Everyone's just getting influenced by other people's opinions and riding on that wave. I can't wait to watch that film, by the way. That's basically most of what has caught my attention throughout this week. I really don't want to, drag this out. But what we're talking about on this episode is super fun, actually, because I've been thinking about this. Like, having fun with just you is what I want to talk about, which is basically just dating yourself or hanging out with yourself and spending time with yourself. And I feel like this is actually a new concept, or maybe like a term that has been thrown around lately. Self-love, dating yourself, solo dating. I feel like it has been thrown around lately. And I think it's so important to spend time with yourself without other people around, just to learn more about yourself. You also kind of discover a lot about yourself in so many ways when you're just by yourself. Now, I need to mention that without introspection, it's so hard to actually achieve that. Because then you never think about your day, and a lot of things escape your mind if you don't think about what happened, how you reacted, how you would have loved to react. I mean, it's 24 hours. You're not going to remember every little thing that happened, but when you sit down and think about what happened during your day, there's things that will catch your attention. There's things that you'll be surprised to know that you did, or surprised to know that you did not do. So actually reflecting on your day at the end of your day is super important, because then that's one of the ways that you learn about yourself. All right. So when it comes to having fun with just yourself, one of the first things that always pop up in my head is hobbies. And this is a word that I haven't really been hearing of late, because when you grow up, no one really cares about your hobbies. Everyone just like wants to know how much money you're making, where do you work, who do you work with, who's friends with you, like who do you know? I just wish this was a general question with everybody, what's your name, how old are you, and what are your hobbies? Because I feel like it's such a big part of life. Why did we omit this big thing? I don't understand why it is omitted in so many conversations. I don't know. Just bring back hobbies. Bring back hobbies, please. I've actually got a bunch of hobbies. Not even gonna lie. The first of them is singing. I also like dancing. I also like doing a bunch of things. But also, I know with singing, if you've listened to previous episodes, I've got like a weird relationship with singing. I like singing only on my terms. When other people get involved, I don't like singing at all. I also like dancing on my terms, just in the house, me making my moves by myself, or when I'm out with my friends. But those are the things that I enjoy. If it was like 4 years ago, swimming would also be in the mix. But I'm not even gonna lie to you, I've only been in a pool once. And that was like in the beginning of last month. In 4 years, so maybe swimming would be a little crazy to add into the mix. I want to talk about the things that you can do when you're trying to hang out with yourself more often. This is a thing that most people don't do, because it can be super boring if you're not used to it. It really can be super boring if you're used to like hanging out with people, or if you're like an outgoing extrovert person and you need other people to actually recharge your energy. These things can be a little difficult to do at the beginning of your dating yourself journey. So I'm here to give you a bunch of things, at least 10, okay? At least 10 things that you can do to enjoy your time alone, so that you can learn more about yourself and also like discover what things you enjoy doing. The first thing obviously is singing. I mentioned that. I like doing that. And if you're not a singer, honestly, I promise you, going online and doing a little karaoke will actually heal you. Just go online, search your favorite song and say karaoke at the end of your search, and then just sing your heart out. You could record yourself just for the memories, but you don't have to. But singing is actually so therapeutic. Kwanzaa, if you're just singing not to sound good, but just to have fun and enjoy music, it's like one of the best things that you could actually do when you're by yourself. Also, like just watching music videos and singing along is a really cool thing to do. I don't understand why like people don't talk about this online or do this more often. Or maybe people don't actually do this. Maybe this is just a me thing, but I do that a lot. Another thing obviously is dancing. Like, it is super fun to always have like a choreography at the top of your mind. It's just like so much fun to know that when I put up a song, you literally can just like do like a 1 minute choreo and kill it because you've been dancing every 5 minutes of your day. You know how fun that would be? I wish I was like a great dancer. I feel like people would never get enough of me if I was like a great dancer. You know, like a great dancer where I don't have to put that much effort into making a move look exactly how it's supposed to look. I wish I could dance like that. I feel so envious of dancers sometimes. That is like one of the best talents ever. I think dancing is one of the most interesting things you could do. You could take it up as a hobby, dance in your home. You don't need any other person to approve whatever thing that you're doing. It's a hobby. It's a hobby. It's supposed to make you feel happy and fulfilled by the end of it. You shouldn't want any validation from this. You shouldn't need anything from this. It's a hobby. You're not making money from it. Just dance or just sing. Okay. Those are like the two that I've got. And then also swimming. Swimming to me feels like something you can definitely do by yourself. Imagine just waking up in the morning and like going to the pool. Obviously on a warm day, I don't imagine anyone going to the pool when the weather is super crazy. Like, hi. I can't imagine like going in the morning. But like if you enjoy swimming, if like swimming is one of your hobbies, imagine how amazing it is. That would be so dope. Plus you're just spending time with yourself. Like you're learning more about swimming. You're thinking about whatever it is you're thinking. You probably have like a speaker with you and you're playing your favorite music. Swimming is also like one of the things that you do by yourself. You don't have to drag other people with you. So if you're struggling with hanging out with yourself, maybe you just can't find the right thing to do. Because a lot of the times people don't really know what to do with themselves. They just can't find the right activity to do. Because I know online it's been made to look like having a little solo date requires you to wake up in the morning, dress up, book a reservation at a restaurant and go to that restaurant and sit down and have a meal. And then after that, you can just go back home and then you can call that a solo date. Listen, there's a bunch of people who would rather not do that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a bunch of people who actually enjoy doing other things more than going to a restaurant, sitting down and ordering a meal, paying about $5,000, just being there, having your meal and leaving. There's a lot more people who would enjoy that experience and there's just a bunch of people who wouldn't. So to me, I don't feel like there's actually a bunch of things that you can do. Like one of them is going out on a movie. You know why? Because you literally will not need to talk to anyone. You're just going to go out, buy your ticket, get your popcorns, your snacks, whatever. Get into the movie theater, sit down, shut up and watch your movie, have a laugh here or there. Like you literally do not need anyone to go on a movie with. You can do it just by yourself and it will be such a great experience. That's one of the things that I would recommend. Like if you're looking to start hanging out with yourself more, a movie would be a great place to start. And also because movies are so budget friendly, you can decide to go to the movie theater, but also you could decide to do this movie thing in your house. Pimp your house out, do some really cool evening lights, make your meals or you could buy your snacks. Popcorns are super easy to make in your house. Like you can literally just make popcorns and set up your movie, sit on your couch and just watch the movie by yourself, have a laugh and enjoy that time by yourself. This is one of the most underrated experiences and activities because it's so comfortable. You will not feel awkward at any point. And if there's any point to feel awkward, you won't really feel awkward for that long. Another thing that you could do just by yourself to have fun is reading. I know I've been open about not loving reading so much, but that's one of the things I know is so much fun. And also, just before you cancel things out, try them first. You might be there thinking, oh my God, I don't have time to read this book. Oh my God, this cover doesn't look cute enough. Oh my God, will I enjoy this process? Just try it out. Read that book, make time to read that book. You'll probably enjoy reading so much, but you wouldn't know because you've never tried it before. So reading is actually one of the things that would be super, super fun to do. Kwanzaa, when you get super obsessed with a book, there's nothing as interesting as that book. You literally will not be able to sleep without reading that book. And I remember having such a great experience reading It Ends With Us book. I've honestly never enjoyed reading a book that much in my life. It was so interesting once I accepted the fact that, okay, this is an interesting book and I actually can read this book. And I really actually read the book. I had so much fun. I spent so much time with myself. I remember laughing so hard, feeling the emotions so highly. I couldn't even believe a book made me feel this way. So if you're looking to spend alone time with yourself and just like have fun with yourself without other people around, a thing you could do is read a book. Genuinely. You could do it from home. You could do it from outside your home, from a park. You could do it from like a restaurant, a cafe. Just try it. Just try it. I promise you, like, you're going to have so much fun. Like, if you try it and have fun, you can thank me later. Another thing that I feel is so underrated or people don't really know much about is getting an adult coloring book and actually coloring. Coloring is so therapeutic, I'm telling you. I absolutely love coloring. Kwanzaa, when it's the books that they look like murals. I don't like the ones that have flowers and dolphins and animals in there. I love the ones that are so patternish, muralish, and then I could just like shade it for days, and then after like 5 days I look at the paper I've been coloring and it has this cute, beautiful, very colorful pattern on it. Plus, you can actually get adult coloring books that when after you color them, you can then frame them on your walls. There's so many options, so many of them out there, and they're so interesting to just deal. They're so therapeutic. And I actually recommend doing this while listening to music. When you're listening to your favorite genre and coloring this book, I'm telling you, it's the most therapeutic thing. And also, like, you don't really need any other person to do this with you, so you're gonna be hanging out with yourself whilst doing this. Also, you could choose to do this in the house, and also you could just choose to do this from outside. You can literally go to a park, you could go to a cafe and just do this from there. So never feel like you need other people to have fun in your life. It's important to have a community, but also it's important to know how to have fun just by yourself. Another thing you can do just by yourself is going on a solo date. Yeah, this one is the one that has been very social medialized. It's been branded. It's been preached left, right, and center. Oh my God, wake up and go on a solo date with me. Get ready to go on a solo date with me. This one you probably know what a solo date is. So this can happen in different styles. You could go to a restaurant, wake up at whatever time, book yourself a reservation at a restaurant, go to that restaurant, enjoy the meal, enjoy the drinks. But mostly people go there for the food and the aesthetics of the restaurant, and also just like be by themselves while having a nice meal and enjoying their money. So you could do that for a solo date. You could also just go to a cute space like a museum and look at those different art pieces and marvel at how beautiful art can be. And also you could go to a park for a solo date, do a cute little picnic, people watch, dog watch, bird watch. You could go there with your book. You could go there with your music. I really recommend always going to solo dates with music, because then sometimes it can be tiring to just think. Thinking happens a lot during solo dates, but then again, you want to rest your brain and just listen to music. So when you're going on a solo date, I recommend 100% bring your music with you. Another thing that you can do for a solo having fun by yourself thing is actually going to ride a bike. I know, riding a bike, cycling, skating, this can be so much fun, mostly because you don't really need anybody else to help you out with riding a bicycle. You can do that just by yourself. Plus, with the routes that you're going to use, you're probably going to have so much fresh air or enjoy the views or just enjoy cycling in general. So maybe you can take that up, because, you know, as kids, riding a bicycle was like a day-to-day thing. Every time you go out to play with somebody outside with their bike. And remember how much fun it was, even if you were alone as a kid outside with your bicycle. Remember how much fun that was? Now imagine the fun it can be like as an adult. You're just outside riding your bike. You've got your favorite music genres in your ears playing, and you're just breathing in fresh air. That is magic. Do not take advantage of this information. Go for that bike cycling little date, okay? Another thing that you can do, this is actually something that I've been seeing online, and I feel like it kind of fits the criteria of things that I feel like are super comfortable to do just by yourself, is pottery dates. You could go to like a pottery station. What is it called? Like a pottery station? You know what? Forgive me for calling it a pottery station, but I know you know exactly what I mean. So you could go to that pottery place and make pottery. Sit down with the pottery teacher. They could show you how to like make pottery, and then you can spend time just trying to mold things. And then you go back home with your thing. Imagine, it's so much fun. I actually want to do this one time. I want to go to a pottery place and make pottery and make it so cute. And I want to go to like a pottery painting thing also, and just like paint pottery and paint like glass or candles, those kinds of things, just by myself, because I feel like they're so comfortable to do just by yourself. You don't need to be chatting to anybody, just you, your music, or you, your thoughts, and the pottery piece. This is also like one of the really good things that you can do just by yourself and eventually have fun with it. I just think it would be. Another thing that you can do is gardening. Imagine I have gardening on my list. Kwanzaa, there's a lot of people who in high school went to agriculture school and they got all this information about how to grow things and how to plant and take care of crops, but they don't use that information. Y'all don't think that could be like a hobby? You don't think you can have so much fun like just planting stuff and like watching them grow, taking care of the plants? That's another thing I feel like you could just do with yourself and have so much fun whilst doing it, because you're sat there planting what, grapes, or maybe you're sat there planting dania, coriander, planting tomatoes, or like green bell peppers. I just think that is so cool. I feel like it would be such a great experience. Plus, I don't really think you need anybody else to help you with the planting. Kwanzaa, if it's like a small garden, you don't really need anybody else to come through. Gardening is like also one of the things that I want to take up this, maybe not this year, but I really want to take it up in my future. I want to grow something, basically, is what I mean to say. And that would be all the things that I've got on my list today of the things that you can do if you want to spend time with yourself and you feel like it would be awkward or uncomfortable to do it without your friends or your family. Those are the things that I recommend that I feel would make you feel comfortable doing it, and also you would have so much fun doing it. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of this podcast. All Things People podcast is a podcast about inspiring, encouraging, and, just growing together as human beings. And it involves everything that people are involved in. So basically relationships, life, love, family, culture, every little thing that happens in our lives. Thank you so much for being here. Let's do this next time, same place, same time, right here on this podcast platform at 3 p.m. every Tuesday. Right now, bye. I will catch you later.
Damn.